Probably.
I don't like you.
Oh, you're such a charmer.
I mean, it's no more weird than walking around with a hell dog, so...
It's not a hell dog.
Alauneari will sort of look and say, we are prepared. Lead us to the cache.
The spider, who is currently fawning over Tristlan's hair, seems to sort of take it out of his reverie and says, yes, yes, of course. This way then, matron.
And Zyn is going to climb down as well. Who knows how long pegging up a nest takes.
Come on,
I'm sure
Rain, follow me.
He'll catch up eventually.
The spider moves to opposite side of the opening and stands before the cave wall, and then it puts out the leg and points. Yes, we found this recently. Press here. And the spider reaches out its barbed leg and presses, and basically a point in the stone that none of you really would have found.
Perhaps in what might be a refreshing moment, Rilinid, after, covered in webbing and what have you, will sort of like blow past the rest of his family, lift up his mask, and say to Iverna, low voice, "Why don't you come with me? We can return back to the pack lizard."
She nods. Yes, thank you. Thanks. She quickly, stashes her dagger, which was out, and then she sort of backs away slowly at first, but then sort of quickens her pace away from the spider.
She sprints.
Rilinid just sort of like wave his hand, back behind towards his family as he follows after the gnome. He knows at least Zyn understands.
Trish looks at Rain and goes, if you want, we could always tie a rope to Zakari and you can use him as your eyes.
Rain clearly doesn't like this idea.
You're never any fun.
The spider moves into this. Says, yes, this way, follow, matron, yes.
Alauneari follows. Gesturing for Zyn to come as well.
And then Alauneari is eaten. Yeah. Surprise.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. You'll never see her again.
Pressure.
Oh dear! I didn't see the spider before that.
Not far now, oh no.
This is totally Gollum.
Soon everything shall be revealed, as promised.
What is in your pocket?
Here is just happy to see you.
Oh god, we are so trapped. We are so trapped.
You could have just waited slightly outside so we don't get stuck in one hallway.
Why did you go in?
Because Alauneari told me to, and because that seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well, at the time I was like, oh, she's gonna die, and I followed.
So what do you see here?
Well, you see a small cavern. It is very dusty in here, very stale air. Clearly it has not been really opened much. You can see some track in the dust, possibly by the spiders having moved around in here. And you do notice that there are several sort of crates in here. Some of them broken up and very old. There's a chest in a corner. All in all, there's a whole lot of debris in here. The crates seem to be stamped by the mark of Vothus. Basically a bat with red eyes.
Step into the room and inspect the crates and the things in here.
There's a lot of things to sift through, but you can certainly make a perception check to search it.
I'll gesture for Zyn to come take a look as well.
Then we'll search things.
To see what we can find.
All right. Yes, it seems to indeed be a lot of drow-made things in here. There's a few swords, weapons, bows, arrows, like army supplies. Not much, but more something for a resupply point for like maybe a scouting party. Not really an army. You find a small crate that when you open up, so you see a small collection of potions in, and they seem to be sort of glittering in the dark here. They are clearly magical. You also see another chest that when you open up, a collection of gold pieces, a total of 500 gold pieces in drow coinage in the chest. You also see a bolt of what seems to be spider silk in a corner. And also from the weapons you sort of sift through, you gather a masterwork longsword and a masterwork great axe that are still usable.
Our masterwork longsword. Masterworked.
The great axe you notice is not of drow make, however. It looks dwarven, and it has the initials DA engraved on the hilt.
All right, and then 500 gold pieces, and
Yep, in mixed coinage.
yeah, and those two weapons and the gold pieces. There was something else, right?
Yes, the potions.
Bolt, yeah, then there was also the bolt of spider silk.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
bolt of spider silk. The spider silk bolt is worth roughly 80 gold pieces.
All right, and then potions. Were there a number to these?
6 potions.
And these, do they have any inscription on them that says Gnome Bane or any sort of?
No, 6 potions. You think, seeming what you have seen before, that these are potions of cure light wounds.
Oh. So no Gnome Bane.
Well, not done yet.
All right, sure.
In the you see a lot of crates sort of stacked around, and as you sift through them, you, however, find a larger crate than the others. Again, stamped with the Botha's mark. And when you peek inside, you see a collection of small vials, clearly alchemical, sealed, stopped, and have like faint runes sort of glowing on the cork. You guess that this maybe keep the contents fresh over the centuries that it has been stuck here. This, you would guess, are Gnomesbane, or is Gnomesbane.
How many of them?
It is 110 doses.
Oh, all right, that's a lot. Yeah.
That is all.
That is all. All right, she'll just to make sure use a detect magic. Oh, she's here. Yeah, scan the room.
All right. She does find magic.
Oh. What? Where? Right. Well, she'll
This
walk
wall
to it.
is magical.
She'll look to Zyn. Did you notice anything regarding this wall? It seems to be magical. Sheep.
What? Sorry?
She asks Zyn if he noticed anything regarding this wall, as it seems to be magical.
Then we'll go closer and take a look. I haven't noticed it before, but it seems to me like an ordinary wall.
And they would pick up a piece of wood or whatever and sort of try tapping the wall.
The piece of wood goes through the wall.
All right. Alauneari will go here and look through the wall, assuming that it's not actually a wall.
It is not actually a wall.
How does
He
this?
headbutts the wall.
How does this look to Zyn? Of course, like the spider, as Alauneari just sticks her upper torso through this wall.
Yep, just sticks it through the wall.
You found a closet.
Indeed. Inside here, Alauneari finds another sort of minor stash of what seems to be weapons, all of them rusted and quite unusable. However, there is one weapon sort of on a small stand against the wall that glimmers in the dark.
Does it appear to be magical?
It is magical.
Magic. All right. What weapon is it?
It is a longsword.
Magical longsword. All right. You usually use spellcraft to identify that sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can she just take a look at that?
She can.
She can tell what sort of magic it is.
I do not think that is enough.
Well, I think it's a DC 15 plus caster level of the item, so that doesn't even meet the base.
Oh well. Anything else in here of note?
No.
All right, so just rusted weapons. All right, yeah. She'll take a few, take the things, and she'll even well. Zyn is a strong drow, isn't he? So I guess he can carry the many of these things. Regardless, to say we will carry all of it.
Rae'nkalar is also a strong drow.
Yeah, but he sort of needs at least a hand free to.
No, he doesn't.
Oh. Well, I guess not. We can pack him up.
That's not what I meant. Don't you remember what we discussed? No.
Well,
all right.
I do. Actually, now that you say it. A very clever thought enters Alauneari's mind as she calls in Rain.
Rain, feeding against the wall, will stumble his way in.
And she'll take up one of the gnome's bane, what she assumes is gnome's bane, hand it to him and say, "Drink, dear brother."
He'll uncork and drink it, hoping it's not poison.
Well, you can make a fortune save.
Do I gain any bonuses to this?
Perhaps.
Oh, secret bonuses. I'm not allowed to know.
Let's see here.
Now we have 109.
We're about to have 108, right?
Yeah.
I also remember the running gag of how many potions he might need.
Yes,
I mean, how many natural ones can I roll?
That is not enough. Nothing happens. You feel as if the brew is sort of straining against the enchantment of the gnome, but it's not breaking through.
Alauneari sort of looks at him. So, open your eyes.
I still can't
see.
I still can't see.
Frowns.
Where have you gave me
time.
trying?
So I'll take another one and hand it to him. Try this one then.
Faulty potion.
4 hours later, go after Rilinid. You lied to us. You said they could fix
This is water.
No, sadly not.
I
Nothing
guess
happens.
we try another one.
How many sevens can I have? Like, I rolled 3. This is 2 3 so far.
You have 100 of these,
You get
right?
this,
It should work.
That's right. We're at 108. He's going to drink a third one. We're at 107. Given enough permutations. Oh, thank God.
Yes, there we go.
So instead of 3, I got a 9.
Nice. Well, finally, the enchantment that the gnomes put upon him breaks, and he can see again for the first time in days. And he sees his sister, a huge skittering spider that sort of drips venom and looks very hungrily at him, and his brother Zyn standing behind the spider.
Well, the moment his eyes become unclouded and he can see again, first thing Alauneari will notice, seeing the giant spider.
She smiles at him and says, magnificent, aren't they, brother?
Though a little weak, yes. Thank you, sister.
She nods. Yes, it seems that their effect is not as strong as we had hoped, but there are plenty of them.
Would you like me to carry some?
Yes, take them. But make sure that our gnomish friend does not find out what they are. I think she would find it highly offensive.
Very well. And Rain will go ahead and... Rain will go ahead and find... he'll go ahead and pick them up. And I was removing it, Jonas, by the way. I was waiting for active mods to load up.
And time to pull out some chemical dye.
Exactly. Trying the Japanese way of
bleaching your skin.
Yeah, bleaching it. No, it's
yourself.
When Japanese people try to bleach their hair, it generally turns out more like carrot brown or something, because it's very hard to bleach black hair blonde.
Alauneari would assume that Zyn follows after handing him the rest of the items, carrying very little herself.
Tristan will see me wander out, not stumbling against the wall.
Because what?
She notes the other spider. Is there a sort of significant difference between the two? Visible?
Skethic is bluish, while Azrak is more blackish red. They seem to be basically the same size. Although it is clear that Skethic is the one in command.
Sure. Yeah, Alauneari finds that positive, as she has guised out that Skethic seems to be female. She will walk.
It's difficult to tell with spiders.
Does Azrak carry like a huge amount of things?
Azrak has a bundle, like a web bundle, that he carries is in two of his legs. Yes.
Oh, that is a pretty cool way of transporting stuff. Alauneari wants one of those at some point. She doesn't say it.
We'll get you a pet spider one day, sister.
No, turns and walks. She'll actually stop for a moment, turning to the two, asking, what exactly is further down this way?
The spiders look at each other. Not much, matron. The path angles back to the main road further on.
I see. Well, you have done well this time. Continue such, and your days will be good.
Excellent.
She walks.
People looking at the package that Azrak is carrying can notice that it is slightly gnome-shaped.
Oh, poor food.
Well, he has to bring food. He'd get hungry. Rain will almost give a smile when he sees the gnome-shaped package.
Am I the only one who noticed that the way the spider says excellent is the same way Zacharias does it?
No,
I wonder why that is.
That is completely irrelevant.
It's because it's Zacharias.
Oh, so Zacharias' plan failed and he turned into a spider.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Or maybe they succeeded and he turned into a spider.
I am a spider wizard.
Permanent spider climb.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I suppose we go back.
Do.
It's like over here. Well, they were actually try to keep a bit near Rain and the two Skizral. She rather likes the look of them, and they. She feels having them in her service makes her feel powerful, and she really likes that feeling. Thought that if she wanted to, she could point at the gnome and tell them to eat her, and they would comply. Is a thought she likes.
They probably would.
They would, yes.
Most certainly, yes. They'll probably try to eat any of you.
So you're not really commanding them to do anything if you're telling them to do something they already want to do.
No, but it is more than she's been able to command anyone to do in for a long time. That's right.
Now our party is a lizard, an orc, a gnome, and 2 giant spiders. And 5
No, our
drow.
party are five drow, and we have our
Well, yeah.
We have
servants.
new servants.
Our group.
Oh, and our pet lizard.
Yes, the
Pack
most important
lizard.
member.
Yes.
It carries stuff. And
Also, it's a lizard.
if the two Skistral get impatient, we can always
What?
the pack lizard.
That was my plan from the very beginning. As soon as I talked to them and promised them food, I was like, well, pack lizard's dead.
No. It's my pack lizard.
Well, I don't need it now. I'm not blind.
I even whispered Jonas about it. The damn thing could just be dead when you got back.
Sadly, it seems to be healthy.
Oh, well, at least
was help.
we can have a hand-waved conversation, right, Jonas?
Yes.
Good. Unless we just walked in silence, that's fine. Fantastic. With our powers combined, we form a thing.
Oh, that's sort of. Yes,
The Great Hall of the Justice League.
yeah.
Form
Spiders
the
and
thing.
yeah. Well, we return back
Return back to where?
to the others. Unite our party, and Alauneari will walk up, and in Elven, assuming that the gnome or the spiders cannot understand that, she will tell Rilinid that we found what we came here for, and she will also say that he has done a great and marvelous job of recruitment,
Rilinid
and that
will.
she's proud of him.
Rilinid will just nod.
And she'll also say that our mother would have been proud. She'll give him a quick knowledge of what was found in the stash, and also ask if he is good at identifying potential magical equipment. As seems we have found some.
Rilinid will nod.
Well, she'll ask him to do that then the next time we sort of make
Make
stop.
camp. Mm.
And then she'll actually ask, so where do you think we should go next? I would assume we go to our army. We've been waiting for long enough.
Rilinid sort of offers a non-committal shrug and replies back in Undercommon, I don't know yet. I will need a night to think on it. Much has changed.
Pinon says, well, I suppose for one day we at least know which direction we're going. We'll speak tomorrow then.
Rilinid nods.
And I suppose our day of travel will be to go towards,
We're
0422.
Say, yeah. We're walking from 320 to 421.
Yep. Which route do you take?
Can Tristan identify that sword?
I don't like one route.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
that's true.
say, what do you mean around? We're
Like,
moving
no,
on.
I
I was looking at
huge one.
0416.
Say, well, you see, Jonas, if we travel to Vonderhammer and we circle around the entire globe, eventually Look at
So
that.
Every road leads to Warthus, as they say.
Yes, as the great drow scholars say. Yes, of course.
Yeah. As they
Right.
love.
It's like an in-joke. Like everyone road is this, right? Oh.
Well, it's something you say when like someone is really far out. It's like, oh yeah, for you now, every road leads to Warthus. No matter what you do, you're gonna end up there.
Jonas, with a 25, can Tristan identify the sword?
If she gets a hold of it, yes.
Well, I don't know if she would be able to hear Alauneari and their talk.
It's not a matter of talking, it's a matter of getting your hands on a magic sword.
I think at the moment, probably Zyn would have it.
Well, I won't say. Hey!
You could perhaps ask him about it at the, at our night when we make camp for the day.
Where did old lizard go?
He's on vacation.
Do you really want to put all the tokens on the map?
Yes.
When you say our lizard, I don't...
my lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, like to Alauneari, anything that you guys own is by definition hers as well.
It's my eidolon.
Yes, you think so.
It wouldn't care what you say.
Oh no, maybe it wouldn't.
Right. And then when Tristan dies, the eidolon disappears, and Alauneari is saddened.
She feels robbed by.
That's right. That was supposed to be mine. It should have been mine.
Away my sister, and you took away my eidolon.
Exactly.
Goodnesses.
That was mine.
That's right.
All right. A day or so down the road, you come to the crossroads again.
Well.
This is where we lay camp then. It's a bit further than I expected, but alright.
Whatever. Okay. Well, let's see here. First off, there is... Secret. Oh, yeah.
Yes, there's no problem identifying the sword.
Yep, I'm awesome.
And lying with the deep nose against your siblings, huh?
Do you tell the others what kind of sword it is?
Is blinding considered betraying? I wonder.
I think that's information that I need to know privately, and then I'll disseminate it out. I mean, why would I give away knowledge?
Well, they would certainly ask you if you found out anything.
It is the teaching of my patron not to just offer knowledge without, something in return. It must be morseled and spread, and that could have been more glamorous.
Could have been.
Maybe it should have been. Well, in that case, there's no fun in that. Oh, in that case, Alauneari gets to know that it's a longsword +1, which could be described with all sorts of flowery text about it not just being a normal sword, but, being able to blur, and it has, this extra keen precision as whatever. What matters is that it's a +1 longsword.
Glows blue when orcs are bound.
Right, anyone here uses longswords?
I actually do use longswords.
Oh, alright. And anyone else use longswords? Or great axes?
I do not use great axes.
Because Alauneari certainly doesn't.
I could use the great axe, sure.
Masterwork great axe?
Yeah.
Masterwork dwarven great axe.
Yeah, actually, we do have an initial on it as well.
The initial's DA.
Yeah. Alauneari, though, doesn't really care for that. I mean, some dwarf left it here. It's very nice looking, but he doesn't really think her brother will break it. So
what possible check might be worthy of that, Jonas? Like a knowledge local? Would that be a mint or a smithy that would have produced that around here? Or?
Could be, but for this, I would say it's a knowledge history.
Oh my goodness. Well, I can do that. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and we'll give this the 2d20 treatment as well. Unfortunately, this is tabbed under nobility and royalty because I couldn't. I wanted to make a knowledge. You understand. It had to encompass. Yeah. There's
Knowledge
that.
check.
And here's the second D20 being thrown. Dear God in heaven, I know fuck all. Well, obviously it's a dwarven make. I'll just make something up with
in
my...
the Underdark, what?
I'll just make something up with my incredible bluff.
Actually, exactly. It's clearly, no. Actually, Rilinid, looking at the hammer, dwarven make, the initials, he would think that this axe is actually from perhaps the ancient dwarven city of Dammerhall.
The ancient dwarven city of Dammerhall? What does he know about that?
Not too much. It was lost centuries ago, somewhere in the Azethyr. No one has been able to found it. Not the dwarves, not the drow. It is simply lost to history. And there's a bound of rumors and fantastic tales of the enormous riches, and of course the certain doom that awaits anyone who would breach the halls.